everyone, it's the teacher author here. I'm just popping on to do a little bit of a lesson demonstration for this activity, which is called alphabet shopping. This is available on the teacher author website if you want to check it out. And don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. It's at the.teacher.author. Let's start. So this activity, alphabet shopping, basically comes with this chart. Now this chart is something that I have up in my classroom all the time because we use it all the time. The possibilities for this are absolutely endless and all of the kids love to use it. Introduce it slowly because once the students get it, then they're off. But sometimes it just takes them a little bit of time to actually understand the concept of the game. And I am going to talk about a couple of different ways that you can differentiate this activity to suit the needs of the students in your class. So in the pack, it includes some questions. So you might start off with your class with something like this: which letter is the cheapest? Because that's going to get them to look at all of the different letters and try to think about the value of that letter. I always like to have concrete materials. I like to have the coins and the notes accessible to me so that I can show and play around with what this would look like if I had this money in my hand. So for example, if you're looking at $2.50, I would maybe just start with playing around with this number quantity. How can you make this number? What might this look like using 3 coins? What would this look like using 2 coins? What would this look like using 4 coins? That kind of thing. And then you might start to look at a question like this: how much is your full name worth? And what this is going to do is it's going to prompt students to go away with whiteboards. I always like to use whiteboards because students can kind of rub things out and trial and error a little bit more. And they're going to start to put the letters together and add the quantity of their name. Now, as I said, you need to differentiate this for your class. So if you have students that are going to need those concrete materials, they're going to need you to model this for them. Keep them on the floor with you and pick one student's name that is on the floor, and you can start just by investigating that. If you have students that you know that will just take this and just fly with it, then let them go. See how they go with it, and they can come and touch base with you. But the activity that I wanted to show you today looks a little something like this. I'm thinking of a word worth $19.10. What might it be? The beauty of this activity is that you can use it as a whole class activity, or you can keep it as a bit of a fast finisher activity that students can engage in once they've finished whatever learning you were doing in your classroom. So I would start the week by leaving it open-ended like this, and this would give students an opportunity to look at the chart and have a bit of a play around it, making the quantity $19.10. Hopefully students will come up with at least one word that is worth $19.10 that they think is the word that I am potentially thinking of. The next day, what I would do is I would say, well, actually, the word that I'm thinking of has 4 letters. What might this word be? Some students may think that they still have it. Other students may then have to go back to their thinking and change some of their words to suit this next clue. So the next learning opportunity, I might then give students another clue, and that might be the word rhymes with flu. Now, this is a good opportunity for you to strategically think of words that you might be studying as a class, potentially their theme words. Maybe it incorporates some of the phonemes that you've been teaching, but it gets students to think about literacy while they're engaging in this numeracy activity, which I love. So then students would go away and start to explore, okay, it's got 4 letters, it rhymes with flu, let me have a play around with some of these quantities and see if I can make it $19.10. And then on the last day that I am exploring this word, I might give them a clue that I would hope would lead them to the correct answer, which is it is a colour. This then would hopefully lead them to figure out that the word is blue. Now, once students get really good at this, they can then start to create their own words and play this with a partner, which they absolutely love. And not only does that get them using the chart to create a quantity and a word, but it also gets them to think about some clues that they could give to their partner to help them solve this particular problem. So I love that activity. That's definitely one of my favorites to investigate. But just to give you an idea of what else is included in the packs, we have questions like, can you think of a word worth $12? We've got, can you write a sentence worth $78? Can you think of 2 words that are worth the same amount? These are just some examples of the investigation questions that are included in the pack. I hope you guys enjoyed my example lesson from alphabet shopping. Don't forget, like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more lesson examples that I'll be posting as often as I can. And visit the Teacher Author website where you can find resources like this and more. Thanks guys, see you at our next lesson.